Hello, this is John from caveofprogramming.com. In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at using references to other beans in lists. So this is pretty simple, and I've created a little application here. And again, I've got my context, and I've got one bean in it called jungle, and I'm displaying the jungle bean after retrieving it from the context. Jungle looks like this. It's got a list. It's got one animal here in it. I'll show you the animal class in a second. And it's got an animal called largest, and it's also got a list of animals called animals. So in the jungle, we can put a list of animals, and we've also got a place to put the single largest animal, and we've got get and set methods for all of those, as well as a toString method that lets us display the contents of the jungle. Now the animal class is very simple. It's got toString properties, name and type, and again we've got get and set methods for name and type, and we've got a toString method that displays the animal, which the toString method of jungle uses to display the jungle. And in beans.xml now, I've got a jungle bean, and I've also got 3 animal beans. And you can see that for each of the animals I've set the 2 properties. I've set the type, for example, to lion, and I've also got elephant and snake, and I've set the name property to Igor, Richard and Bob, which I figure are perfectly fine names for jungle animals. Now what I want to do is I want to set the properties of jungle. So to set and the properties, the point is, are going to be references to these beans rather than just values. So let's go to the kind of GUI view here, and I'll select jungle, and I'll right click and go to insert property element, and I'll give this property the name largest because I want to set this largest property here, which is set by set largest here. And I won't specify a value because we need an animal bean here. I'll put a ref in, so this is the ID of another bean, and I'll put in here elephant, which is the ID of my elephant bean. So if we look at this now, we'll look at the source, and let's just do Control-Shift-F to format it. In the jungle bean now, we've got one property. We're setting the largest property. It's called largest, and we've got a ref set to elephant, and that refers to the ID of this bean here. Now it's pretty similar to set the list properties. So we've got this list of animals here called animals, and we've got a set method, set animals, that expects a list. So let's go back to beans.xml, go to the beans view, and I'll right click jungle again and go to insert property element like that, and then let's call this property animals. So I'm setting the animals property, and I'll right click this property now, and instead of setting like the ref or the value here, I'll right click the animals property and go to insert list element, and then I'll right click list, and now I need to insert a ref element, and this will allow us to refer to other beans. So I'll just insert one here, and the ref element here you see has a bean attribute, and we set that to the ID of a bean. So let's set that to, what have I got? I've got lion, elephant and snake. Those are the IDs of my animal beans. So let's set this to snake, for example, and save that. And now I'll go to the source view and just format that, Control-Shift-F. So you can see now we've got a property set just as before, but it contains this list tag, and within that we've got a ref, and the bean attribute is set to snake, which is the ID of my snake animal. Let's just copy that rather than using the GUI now, and I can set elephant, and I can set lion, and I'll save that. And now if I run this, hopefully this will work, and we can see that from the toString method of jungle, we've set the largest animal to the elephant, and we've also set a list of other animals, including the elephant again, right in there. So again, that's pretty simple. You just have to remember to use the ref element if you want references in your list. And in the next tutorial, we're going to look at inner beans, which is just going to be a slightly different way of doing this. We'll work with the same example, I think, but we're going to do this in a little bit of a different way. So until next time, happy coding.